how I use this as part of 5S. So I have different organizers for specific types of jobs, or like a kit. They're like kits. So let me say, for example, I need to replace a red light. Let me take that yellow one out. It's out of place. So this is my red light kit. It's only got red lights, red marker lights, you know, beehives, 2 different types of beehives. That's my red light kit. Okay. Now, that's an excellent example of sort, because we separated the red from the yellow. Okay. So we have sort. Then we have set. They all belong down there below the bunk. Then we have standardize. Or wait, shine. You can see it's presentable. You know, like say, for example, if DOT officer says, oh, you carry spare bulbs, lights, you know, fuses, all that crap. Yeah, I do. It's all right, nice and neat, very presentable. So this is the yellow light box. And it's just yellow lights. That's all it is. So that's, you know, it may have a couple of other bulbs in here, but primarily it's yellow and the wire harnesses. So that's what makes that nice. Now, we did sort, set, shine. The 4th one, standardize. So we have that all set, you know, those lights fit, standard bulbs for everything. And then we did sort, set, shine, standardize, sustain. So as we use bulbs, we buy new bulbs and we replace them. That's how that works. Okay, let's take a look at my wire connectors. This organizer is just for wire connectors. That's all it's for. I've shown this many times, different videos in the group. So that's for wire connectors. So I do a lot of wiring projects. Let's look at this one. This one is kind of unique. Bolts, washers, nuts. Now, I don't use this very often. And this may be an opportunity to go back and do additional 5S just on this kit. Because you look, like right here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those bolts. Now, I haven't even used these bolts. So it's nice having bolts, but do you need 7? Maybe you can cut that down to 2. And then you go through all these little things and say, okay, how many of those have I used? You know, like none. So why don't we just take those right out of the truck? You know, that's the idea with 5S. So it's nice having this kit, but then you can go through this kit even a second or third time and question everything. All right, how often have I used these washers? And why am I carrying 20 of them? You know, so that's the principle of 5S. Now, you could see how nice and neat and organized that is. Now, personally, I feel comfortable carrying a little bit extra supplies. But if I wanted to sharpen my 5S even more, I could go through this and reduce about half this inventory. And because it's all metal, it weighs more than the plastic, you know, wire connectors. These nuts, washers, and bolts, that weight could be reduced by a couple pounds at least. All right, this one is my fuses. Fuses, breakers, relays, and for convenience, I put in some air fittings. You know, if I get more elaborate on my pneumatic parts, I might create another kit just for air fittings and things like that. But I haven't had too many problems lately. So this is mostly fuses, different types of fuses, some wire connectors, switches, relays. You know, a common question that DOT likes to ask during inspection is, do you have any fuses and relays? You know, there's a big fuse, mega fuse. So you could do a show and tell. You know, if he wants to see it, you break out your kit, and that'd be very impressive. You know, so we did sort. This is nicely sorted, set, has a designated spot and underneath the bunk. Okay, shine. You can see it's nice and clean, presentable, standardized. You know, by the parts we need, and then sustained. So as we use parts, we will replace them. So that's the fuses, relays, and things like that. All right, so let's look at this one. This one is just for clamps, different types of clamps. You know, so if I had a clamp break or missing, I have some spares that I could replace it with. I think that's really important. Like, I travel the Rocky Mountains. You know, I'm in areas that's so remote, I'm on my own. If I have a clamp break or is missing, I got to be able to have a spare. So that's what that's for. So as you can see, we've got several specialized boxes and kits. Now this kit here is a good target for the next 5S round, because I have in here some stuff that I haven't used in a while. So it could question everything. It's like, okay, those goggles, I think I have 2 pair of these goggles in my truck. I only need 1 pair. You know, these batteries I bought for my remote control of my TV, and I since removed my TV from the truck. So why am I hauling the batteries around? You know, so I could put that in my RV. You know, here's some safety glasses and sunglasses that I don't use anymore. You know, I didn't want to throw them away, but I could probably take them out of my truck and put them in the storage unit. You know, I think I got like 5 pairs of safety glasses. You know, these little rope things here, I use these to lock my door at night if I'm in a bad area. I use the straps to wrap around the door handle and then tie it up. So, and then I have I like to do my whiteboard presentation, so that can stay. These earplugs, I haven't worn those in a year. You know, I could throw that away, or I could throw it in my storage unit. So this box here is for my next home time. I could go through that and decide what to keep and what to throw away. So these boxes, these large yellow boxes, I got these at Harbor Freight. And this Hyper Tough I got at Walmart. So these Hyper Tough comes two containers per package, and a package is $10. So each one of these is about $5. So these larger boxes could be $10, maybe $15. And you can find them, similar boxes at Home Depot or Lowe's. They'll be in the tool section. You know, just look for them. But they come in really, really handy. Now, some of this stuff I can put into a Milwaukee pack out and slide it up here. And I've shown that in other videos. So right now I have them in these type of organizers. And if my needs change to free up that area under the bunk, I can put them in Milwaukee pack out organizers and start stacking them. All right, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you on the internet.